President Trump's global tariffs had led to a lot of uncertainty on Wall Street and on Main Street, and now a toy store on Grand Avenue in St. Paul says it's done playing nice. Welcome to Break the News. I'm Jana Shortle. Mischief Toy Store has joined a lawsuit against the Trump administration that argues his use of emergency powers to bypass Congress and put in these tariffs is illegal because they claim a trade imbalance is not an emergency. Kent went to the toy store today to find out why they took such a big step.
Playing with an analog toy or a game, it kind of opens up your mind to looking at the world totally different.
If it seems odd for a family-run toy store in St. Paul to sue the President of the United States, you've never been to Mischief.
The name of the store seems apt in this one.
Yeah, well, that's what we're all about, is creating good mischief.
Co-owner Dan Marshall admits he doesn't know how good the odds are that the courts will agree with the case brought by Mischief, several board game companies, and others. But he says they don't have much choice.
We have everything to lose if this isn't stopped.
While his prices and inventory appear relatively stable right now, he says these shelves of calico critters are some of the last he'll be selling for a while.
They will not be releasing their fall line of products because of the tariffs. That's super frustrating. That's one of several companies now that we've already lost access to future orders. They just said, nope, they're not going to be available.
And with similar calls coming from their 100 vendors, he says stock for the holiday season is a big question mark.
We carry a couple months of inventory in our basement so that we can restock our shelves, and our vendors carry a few months of inventory in their warehouses, but after that, it's all just-in-time inventory. If that's interrupted, which it has been now, they're no longer taking shipments, the inventory just runs out after just a few months.
He says toys made in the USA can't pick up the slack that fast, especially at a time when some, like their popular Two Bros bows, are actually going out of business.
They were closing because they had seen fewer and fewer toy stores in the US, and their sales had been down, and they knew that tariffs weren't going to help them, and it wasn't a reason to stay open. I asked her, and she said, it doesn't matter. Tariffs don't matter.
But he says they'll soon matter a lot in here.
So something like this moon ball, which costs $8, which is a really great bouncy ball. Oh, I lost it. There you go. Nice job. Something like that is going to go from $8 to $20. And that ball's not worth $20. It just isn't. And people aren't going to buy it at $20. And so where does that leave us as a business?
There seems to be a worry out there about speaking up.
Yeah.
Are you worried about that?
We're not afraid of Trump. The Constitution gives Congress the power to impose tariffs, not the president. Yes, there is the Emergency Powers Act, which does allow him to do certain things, but it doesn't specify tariffs. So everything he's done is blatantly illegal in terms of this trade war that he started. That's why we're suing him.
And if you're wondering if that will scare away customers,
you're all set. Thank you. Have a great day.
You don't know Mischief.
Our whole mission is to promote diversity and representation and social justice, to make a safe place for kids of all kinds to find things that they enjoy playing with. That's all we're about. And Trump is against all of that as well. Our customers have known that from the day we opened 9 years ago. We made that blatantly clear, and we've succeeded. When this comes along and threatens that, yeah, we're gonna fight.
Now, Mischief certainly isn't alone in that fight. There are at least 7 similar lawsuits right now, including one filed by attorney generals from a dozen Democratic states. Now, most arguing that the president can't use an emergency order to sidestep the tariff power granted to Congress, I should say. Of course, though, we'll see where this all goes in the courts.
Right, and so many court cases to keep up with. It's interesting you talk about this today because I believe the president took a question about it and kind of acknowledged, yeah, the kids aren't going to have 30 toys to choose from. Maybe they'll have 2 toys to choose from. Talking about Christmas.
Yeah, and it's certainly a very real thing right now on that front, because as you heard him say, when those ports have a slowdown, this is that time when they're looking at stocking and getting that inventory in line for the holidays.